Well, tax season will be wrapping up soon, but a few months ago, a new law was passed that brought some sweeping changes. It's called the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. But what does this all mean for you? To break it all down, we have Tom Yamashika, president of the Tax Foundation of Hawaii, joining us with all of the details. Good morning.
Morning, Kelly.
So happy to have you, and thank you for joining us.
I'm glad to be here.
Yes, happy. Okay. So for those who don't know, okay, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, this is the first I've heard of it. What exactly does it mean? What is it?
Well, it's a big change to the tax law that happened at the end of last year. It's one of the big pieces of legislation that President Trump and the Republican-controlled Congress was able to push through. And it made massive changes in how our taxes are calculated. But the good news is that for most people, they'll be getting, a little bit more in their pockets every month.
Okay, good to know. I of course, heard about the big changes with, that Trump was bringing, but I didn't realize what it was called. Okay, so the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, how is it going to be impacting individuals?
Well, for most individuals, they'll have, fewer write-offs because that's kind of part of what the tax code did. It made the code simpler by limiting the things that people had to keep records for and then claim on their tax return. Mm-hmm. But in return, they lowered the percentage rate.
Okay.
So the tax that you pay is a percentage of your taxable income, and the percentage went down. Mm-hmm. So those two changes offset each other, but the net effect is that most people are going to be a little bit better off. One of the Tax Foundation, the national one, not my organization, but the one in the mainland, they calculated that for an average middle-class person in Hawaii, they'll be getting $800 more a year.
Oh, wow.
Back.
Okay, so then that's a positive thing, but maybe not necessarily as good for some of the people that would write off a lot of things.
That's correct.
Okay, so what about just for normal working people?
For normal working people, the good news is that the standard deduction is doubled, so which means that you can write off $12,000 instead of $6,000 without having to keep records and receipts and shoe boxes and all that kind of good stuff.
Okay, and is that kind of generally the one that most people do, the standard deduction?
Most working people could take advantage of that, yes.
Okay, very cool. Okay, so there definitely are some benefits depending on, how you file. What about business owners? Is it going to affect or benefit them?
A lot of the benefits are for businesses.
Okay.
The corporation tax rate, for example, went from 35% to 21%, which is a big drop. Mm-hmm. And there is a similar benefit for people who own businesses but are not in a corporation. So the way that works is people who pay on their individual tax returns the tax of a business or mm-hmm. part of the tax of a business, they get a deduction of the default amount is 20% of that business income that's flowing up.
Okay, good to know. And is the state of Hawaii then, is our income tax then going to conform to the federal changes? Because they are federal changes, right?
Oh, there are lots of federal changes. And that's what the legislature is actively considering now. As you know, the legislature is in session. Right. And this tax reform conformity bill is one of the bills they're considering. What the latest draft of that bill says is that they will pick up most of the changes for business, except for the rate. They're going to leave the rates the same. Okay. They are not going to pick up a lot of the changes for individuals. So, for example, you want to write off more than $10,000 in state taxes, or you want to write off your mortgage interest, or your what we call the 2% miscellaneous itemized deductions. Mm-hmm. You can still do that, but only on your state return, not on the federal return, because we can't obviously affect what Congress did.
Okay, that makes sense. Good to know. Well, thank you so much for joining us and for breaking that down for us. So it will be impacting, of course, for sure, your federal returns, but state only partially. All right, awesome. And again, for more on that, if people want to find out more information, how can they get a hold of you?
We have a website with all kinds of information. It's tfhawaii.org, so tfhawaii.org.
Okay, perfect. And we'll have that linked to them on our website as well, KHON2.com. Thank you so much, Tom, for joining us and for sharing all that info.
Thank you so much.